The hairdresser parted the customer's hair and immediately fainted.
Oh my God.
What?
Moments ago, this hot girl came into the salon, saying her scalp was really itchy, like something was wriggling inside. The firefighters arrived to check her scalp. She explained that after getting a hair extension from the stylist a few days ago, her scalp started to hurt and itch.
And aren't those...
Whoa, maggots!
You did this to me!
Ma'am, I need you to calm down.
The paramedic used tweezers to help the girl clean her scalp, but there were so many maggots.
Get her ready for transport.
We should try to get him out now. Otherwise, we're going to remove him surgically, shave her head.
The girl was horrified. How would she face people with a shaved head? Nearby, a bald female paramedic tilted her head in confusion.
I don't have your bone structure. I can never pull it off.
You mind telling me how the hell this could happen?
It turned out the hairdresser had used hair from a funeral home for the extensions, not hair from a living person, causing the maggots to grow on the girl's scalp. The school bus driver suddenly suffered a heart attack. The children rushed out of the back of the bus. A boy stepped forward to check the driver's pulse. He then instructed older students to call for help.
Go!
He began performing CPR on the driver, learning it from TV.
5, 6, 7.
Before the firefighters arrived, he successfully revived the driver. He became a hero. The media covered his story extensively. He received countless awards and honors. As he grew up, he chose to become a firefighter, hoping to relive that feeling of heroism. But being a firefighter doesn't always mean saving lives. To satisfy his cravings, he resorted to using drugs to push injured people to the brink of death, only so that he could then save them and bask in the glory of his supposed heroism. This feeling consumed him. He even began to think of himself as someone who could control life and death, like a god. The endless praise he received as a child twisted his character. The old man had only fallen, but the firefighter insisted on administering an injection. Not only did it fail to save him, but it led to his death, yet his rescue attempt still earned him praise. He had long been addicted to pushing victims to the brink of death, reviving them, basking in the glory. But suspicions arose, though lacking evidence. His colleagues had him suspended. Enraged, he kidnapped the two who reported him.
Oh!
In front of one, he repeatedly pushed the other to the edge of death, reviving him each time. The horror shattered the witness, only fueling his twisted pleasure. But the tortured colleague regained consciousness and seized the chance. Grabbing a defibrillator, he shocked him unconscious. Police arrived and arrested him. The furious captain couldn't hold back and rushed forward, beating him.
Son of a bitch, I trusted you!
It's not worth any more of your time.
Nice punch.
The husband was driving his wife, who was about to give birth, to the hospital. When he came to, his wife in the passenger seat was unresponsive. After calling for help, he too fell unconscious. Firefighters arrived quickly, rescuing them and sending them to the hospital separately. His wife was stable, and the baby's heartbeat was normal, but his condition was critical.
Can you tell me what year it is, Cole?
Of course I can. It's 2000. 2000. Sorry.
When firefighters later told him that both mother and child were safe, he seemed confused.
I'm having a kid?
At the hospital, he didn't even remember his wife.
Do I know you?
Doctors diagnosed him with a near total loss of the past 6 years of memory.
Whole life. I don't remember it.
Despite just giving birth, his wife put aside her own exhaustion to comfort him. Memories could be regained, they could start over. She slowly told him their story. As she spoke, everything suddenly came flooding back. Such is the power of love. A baby was hanging high in a tree, flung into the air by a car crash, and landing among the branches. Moments earlier, a pregnant woman had crashed into a roadside barrier, causing her car to flip. Firefighters found gasoline leaking all over the ground. They disconnected the car battery, then carefully removed the windshield and pried open the vehicle to rescue the woman.
My baby! My baby! Is my baby okay?
The medic told her the baby in her belly was fine, but she wasn't talking about that baby.
My 10-month-old, he's in his car seat in the back.
The firefighters were stunned. There was no baby in the car. Suddenly, a cry came from above. Looking up, their hearts nearly stopped. The captain climbed the ladder to rescue the baby.
Oh, no. The baby!
As the mother watched in horror, the car seat plummeted to the ground, shattering into pieces, along with her heart. Then, another cry came from the tree. Thankfully, the captain was holding the baby. Only the car seat had fallen.
I think this belongs to you.
Thank you. Bless you.
A 90-pound hot girl was set to challenge a 300-pound fat guy. She grabbed a large piece of steak with her bare hands and shoved it into her mouth, finishing over 1 kilogram of steak before her teeth even realized what was happening. The fat guy, who had been elegantly slicing his meat, was shocked by her speed and started shoving chunks into his mouth. However, he soon couldn't keep up and gave up the competition. The hot girl not only devoured nearly 5 kilograms of meat, but also drank a huge amount of water. Her joy was short-lived as she suddenly collapsed to the ground. When paramedics arrived, they found her belly swollen as if she were 6 months pregnant. Noticing the empty bottles on the table, they suspected water intoxication due to excessive drinking.
This is hyponatremia.
Her bladder was under immense pressure and could burst at any moment. They used a catheter to manually assist with urination, but the volume was overwhelming.
Oh, what are you doing? No.
The girl stepped on something.
Mom!
Firefighters arrived and discovered an abandoned missile silo, estimated to be dozens of meters deep. Rappelling down, they soon found a barely conscious woman. Though she was still breathing, her spine was injured, leaving her completely immobile. The first thing she asked was whether her children were safe. The firefighters reassured her that they were unharmed. Severely bleeding internally, she refused to be taken away. Realizing she wouldn't make it, she didn't want her children to witness her suffering. She only wished to say a few final words to them.
Please, I need to tell them.
Cap, can you put the kids on the radio? Mom needs to speak with them.
Not your fault. Just an accident. I know it's hard when we're apart. When it seems like I'm not there. But the secret is, I'm always with you. So whenever you feel sad or alone, just reach for each other. And that's when you'll feel me with you. And remember that I love you.
A car was suspended upside down between two buildings, leaving firefighters puzzled as to how it got there. Earlier, the female driver encountered a tornado and desperately tried to turn around and flee. Suddenly, a billboard crashed in front of her, blocking the road. The team set up airbags beneath the car. The lightest female firefighter descended on a rope from the rooftop to rescue the driver. However, the car began to sway and slide downward.
All get her out of there now.
Due to the angle, the firefighters on the roof couldn't pull the rope. In the critical moment, they had to break the sunroof for an emergency escape.
Okay, here I go.
The incident happened so quickly that nearby media reporters failed to capture the heroic scene, much to the female firefighter's frustration.